thanks for joining us and giving us your time. I want to know more about the commute, Southampton to Chelsea on a daily basis. What's the reasoning behind all that?
It's just for, when I go back home and see my family and like my dog especially, it's just like all your problems go away. And I think that is why I've been so happy this season. I think I'm playing very good football because when I step outside of this bubble, I'm just Levi. Like, that's it. That's what my family know me as. They treat me the same, just like my little brother. And I just really enjoy it. And I think that's what life's about.
Is that what your dog treats you like as well? Just
No,
Levi?
to be fair, I just terrorise him, to be fair. And he just tries going back for me. I'm like a little kid when I get around him, but it's worth it, sure.
But when did you decide that you needed to do that for your own benefit?
I wouldn't say I needed to do it. After last season, during the summer, I went back home and I was just kind of like chilling there and I just thought, why don't I try it? You know what I mean? It can't be that bad. And then during pre-season, I started travelling up. And it was alright, it wasn't too bad. It was long days, but when I got home and saw everyone, it was worth it. Like, even if I was home for maybe like 2 or 3 hours and I'd have to go to bed and then leave back up in the morning, that time was just amazing. Like, I missed it because, I moved out when I was 14 and then I moved to Leeds, then to Brighton and then stayed up here for a year. So I missed so many years and like reconnecting with my brother, I think that was the main thing because when I was living away, it was like, we didn't have that connection where he could call me whenever he wanted or he felt like nervous in a way because he thought I was always busy. But now I'm home with him, it's just like I said, I'm being a child again, messing around with him, and now like the bond is how it should be, and there's nothing in the world that could be worth that much.
And did you get the feeling as well, obviously with that bond, that your brother was missing you too?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it wasn't, our relationship wouldn't have been normal because I was away from young. So he probably didn't grow up with the older brother being there all the time like usual. So he was definitely feeling a certain way, and to be back home and to be with him every day means everything to me.
You got a favourite service station? See, I do. I have my own favourite service station, one that I'll go to every single time.
No, I don't really stop off, to be honest. I just get off.
That's it.
Yeah,
get in the car,
get to my destination,
drive.
and I'm alright.
But I guess it's a journey as well that you would have done when you're at the academy here as well. Your parents probably would have done it for you with you in the back seat.
I've done it so many times. From joining here when I was 9 till when I moved up here when I was 14, travelling up. It started off as maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And then my parents, mum and dad, would drive me up. And I think I didn't ever really miss sessions. And like the dedication they gave me it's paid off, I suppose.
But the academy as well, the academy system, I was talking to people in and around the club, just how good this academy is, because you're well beyond your age in terms of maturity and how, I guess, you behave in and around people.
Yeah, definitely. I think they treat you like men from early, and they kind of give you small doses of the real world. And I think it means so much. For example, I left the academy when I was 18 to step into men's football, and I felt like I was ready for it because, the academy done everything for us. They put us in the right environment to grow and to flourish, and that's why when I did take the step out, I was more than prepared for it. And, in my eyes, this is the best academy in the world.
When you get out on those loan spells into men's football, what is it like as a kid? Because that's what you were.
Of course, you just take everything in at once. Like, it's a crazy step up because people are playing for food on their family's plates. Food on their family's plates, yeah, right.
Yeah, food on plate.
Yeah, and then so like that's the saying you'd hear when you was growing up in the academy, and you never really like took it in because as children you're just playing because you love the game. But then you step into that real world, you have to win every game. You got to push as far as you can, and you kind of become a family in that change room. And I think that's something I've taken with me everywhere I've been. The boys that you're playing with, you got to be able to do anything for them. And when I step on that pitch, I'm ready to put my body on the line for them, and they're ready to do the same thing. And I think that was the main thing I took from stepping out of academy football into the men's game.
Do you like doing things for yourself?
In terms of what?
Everything, just life.
Yeah, definitely. I like to be hands-on with everything. I like to be independent. I think that comes from maybe my parents and also being at the academy and moving away. It just means I don't have to rely on anyone, and I think that's what you need to do in this day and age.
The one thing I also read in an interview that you gave was the fact that you said one of the reasons you decided to go back home and live your life back in Southampton was because you can see how the other half of live as you being an elite professional athlete, footballer, but not everybody does that, do they?
Yeah.
So it makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah, definitely. Being around my family members and friends, you know, you see how hard they work for things they want, and it kind of gives you that taste of the real world, and it makes you want to be even more hungry for it, because growing up, most kids want to be a footballer, but it's only a certain number that make it at the end of the day. So I'm a very lucky person. So I can't waste that chance. I've got to push the boundaries as far as possible and hopefully make everyone proud.
How good a chance do you feel you're going to have this season then, in the position that you're in the team that you're in as well?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited about this season. I think with like you said, the team we've got and the manager, we can go anywhere we want to. We just got to stick together, and I think we've shown that this season. For example, the Newcastle game, I didn't have one doubt in my head when you know the game's going on and they're getting chances that we was going to concede late on for them to draw or maybe win. I had that confidence in us, like I said already, it's that sort of family bond. Like, I trust everyone. I know that they're going to win their draws and we're going to see the result out. And I think that's maybe one of the best defensive performances we've put on in the second half of the game. And we've just got to keep building on that. And like I said, it'll be very exciting.
Do you have a team that trusts each other?
Yeah, definitely. Where we're all young in the changing room, you know, we're getting to know each other day by day, and now, like I said, it's a family, and the bond is unreal. We all get on, we all love each other off the pitch, and on the pitch you can see that. Like, when someone scores or someone does something good for the team, we're all celebrating, we're all behind them, and vice versa. If they're having a tough moment, we're there for them, and I think that's what it's about. That's where teams take the next step.
I'm going to mention him and get it over and done with now. When you say when someone scores, Cole Palmer scores.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah, to say the least. Of course, I've known him for a few years now from the England setup, and you can always see he's just so laid back and he's technically outstanding. And then last season to come in, you know, to take the role in our team and just to be that main man, he done wonderful. He done amazing. But we've always seen that come in, and hopefully he just keeps going and keeps striving.
Is there anything he can't do?
Nah, I actually don't think so. I think he's so laid back. It's just everything's so normal to him, and I think that's the best thing about him, you know.
What's Enzo done to this group of players, to this team? You've said in the past that it's like playing chess in your head.
Yeah, it's amazing what he's done, you know. But I think the tactical side, I think everyone sees that. But what he's created in the environment with us is that you got to be in your A game every day. Training, matches, it doesn't matter when it is, you've got to prepare to go to war with each other. And that is where we're taking the biggest steps and striving for our goals, because no one's taking their foot off the pedal. And then when we step onto the pitch, of course, you've got the tactical side where, in my opinion, he's always steps ahead of the other managers. He's always prepared. He always knows everything they're going to do, and we always got surprises up our sleeve, and that definitely helps. And like I said, against Newcastle, he made a few switches and it worked, and that's all credit to him. Mentally,
is it tough to take in everything that he's trying to tell you on board at one time?
Definitely not, because, you know, he's very hands-on in training. He's got good staff behind him that are perfect with everything they do, and he's always free to ask them questions. The way we prepare for games is second to none. We know everything we're going to do going to games. We've got videos. If there's any other things that you need to know, like I said, you just ask him and he'll give you the answers, and you can have that conversation with him to why he's doing that. And I think that's what makes him a top manager, and that's why he's going to take football to new heights.
You talk about the things that he does and the capability and the intelligence that he has. How high are his standards then, when you say everything has to be right?
Yeah, the highest. No matter who you are, no matter how good of a player you are, if you're not doing something correct, to tell you. And I think that's a sign of a top manager, because everyone's equal. Everyone's got to have the same standards, because we're all going for the same goals. And I think that's what makes them amazing. What
makes coaches so good then? Because you've obviously worked with quite a few in your career so far. There's a new head coach on the horizon with England, who you know about as well, having had his time here at Chelsea too. What kind of makes Enzo so different to everyone else?
I think his standards. You don't take anything from anyone. You know, you got to be ready to fight for each other, against each other in training, and be at your best And I think that's what he does with the team. Like I said already many times, the bond he's created between the players has been amazing. And on the pitch, everyone can see that. And it's amazing to be a part of it. I feel so confident being a part of it. And it's allowed me to play my best football, which is, down to him.
Was that bond something that he had to work on with you, or was it already there and it just needed to be a little bit shiny, polished?
Yeah, I think it was already there. I think it needed to be polished, but he's came and he's done that perfectly, I would say. From last year, when he obviously wasn't here, I think we still had that togetherness, but it's just needed that extra bit, and that's what he's gave to us. He gave us that confidence where going into games we can beat anyone. That's what we believe. We really and truly believe that, and that's why.
Yeah, I'm feeling it as well, just talking to you, what you're saying.
But yeah, he's amazing, and hopefully this season, we repay all the hard work he's gave to us.
What would be the perfect season, if there ever can be a perfect season? I know you could say trophies and this, that, and the other, but realistically, it's on the agenda, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a okay start to the season. I think, like I said, his standards are so high, and so are ours now. So we haven't had the best start to the season. We've dropped points here and there, which we're very annoyed about, and we're all ready to go again and to clean up a bit more. But who knows where we could go? We just got to keep pushing, and we'll see what happens.
Nice one. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Levi.